What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Here we are with another reaction, and this one we got Billy Connolly, Dwarf on a Bus, live in London 2010. I'm excited to dive in. I've heard much great things about Billy Connolly. I haven't gotten the opportunity to react to him much, if at all. I can't remember. Before we dive in, if you guys happen to enjoy, please don't forget to subscribe, give the video a thumbs up, and if you'd like to support the channel further, in the description there's a Patreon link, there's a premium request link. Hit either link, make a suggestion. Let's get right to it.
So anyway, my sister told me this, and she swears that it's true. And I hope it's true, and if I tell it right, you will hope it's true. My sister is a retired school teacher, and she supplies herself to people who don't have teachers. She's a supply teacher. When somebody is sick or dead, she'll supply herself. And a lot of her friends do this as well.
Y'all gotta help me out. What do you mean? I guess unless he's about to explain it, but what do you mean, like to supply yourself? Hopefully he's about to explain it. If not, please help me in the comment section.
Well, and her friend told her this story. And when she told me the story, I thought I would pee myself. I was in New York where I live, and she phoned me, and I fell on my phone's next to my bed. I fell onto my bed. You know that way you laugh, your legs won't work right. And I told my wife, I said, Flo just told me the funniest story. I'm going to tell my audience this. It's about a dwarf. And she said, well, you can't, Billy. You can't do that.
You can't. It's not, Billy, it's not politically correct anymore, Billy. You can't do that joke.
I said, why? She says, because you can't say dwarf. I said, why the fuck not? I'm talking about a dwarf. Well, surely you can say dwarf when it's a dwarf you're talking about. She says, they're little people. I said, but little people and dwarfs. There's a difference between a little person and a dwarf. One of them's a fucking dwarf.
What is the exact definition of a dwarf? I need to know, like, why is this so bad? Dwarf. As a person, it says a person, animal, or plant significantly smaller than average, or a legendary, often small, magical being from folklore. And so, people joking about it, but little person doesn't sound too much better to me. And that's me personally. Little person doesn't sound like a better option, because when you hear little people, you think it's almost belittling, like, because you could call children little people, and you can call so. But again, this is my brain. I may be way off on this.
And they both know which one it fucking is. Don't give me that shite. So I decided to tell it. Her friend was going to supply herself to a school somewhere. And she got on a Glasgow bus. Oh, please be true. And she sat down, and it just happened to be the last seat. And the bus took off and trundled off into the day. 4 or 5 stops later, the bus stops, and a wee dwarf woman comes on. I've now compounded the felony by calling her a wee dwarf. She wasn't a particularly small dwarf. She was just a dwarf-sized dwarf.
She wasn't a particularly small dwarf. She was just a dwarf-sized dwarf, which I had to say a weed. I like Billy.
I'll probably get all sorts of complaints now.
Probably.
Dear Mr. Connolly, I saw your otherwise excellent show. What a pity you descended to the dwarf story. I, personally, am a member of the Tall Dwarf Society. I'm 6'4". I'm proud to call myself a dwarf.
And low-key, that's kind of, it feels like a lot of the times it'd be the person that's not being called a name, it gets more offended than the person who actually is called something. Sometimes the people that are called certain things, they don't care at all. Like, they're like, that's fine with us. Like, but it's other people that get offended by it. And I'm not saying don't stick up for others, right? I'm not saying that. But I'm saying if they're not bothered by it, why are you so bothered by it? Now, if they're bothered by it and you're sticking up for, I got you. I feel you. I feel you. I'm with you. But if this doesn't bother them and they don't mind it at all, why does it bother you so much?
I also do impersonations of chocolate biscuits, if you're ever stuck. Anyway, the wee woman got on the bus, the wee dwarf woman, and discovered there's no seat, and so hung on to whatever was nearest, the seat to the pole or whatever, and the bus took off. There was a wee schoolgirl in a school uniform sitting over here, probably urged along by her mother. Give the woman your seat. Give that woman your seat. She went over to the wee dwarf woman and she said, excuse me, would you like to have my seat? Whereupon the wee dwarf woman flew into a rage and said, oh, aye, because I'm a dwarf. You're offering me a seat simply because I'm a dwarf. Well, I have managed my whole life as a dwarf. It's not a problem to me. Keep your seat. The girl, cringing with embarrassment, went back to her seat, and the bus trundled on in silent embarrassment for a stop or three. Then, oh, please be true, a big Glasgow woman was getting off the bus.
Oh, snap.
And before she went up to the door, she went over to the wee dwarf woman. She said, I'm getting off the bus and I'm leaving my empty seat here. Because I'm a dwarf? You said, no, not because you're a dwarf, because you're another human being. I happen to be leaving the bus. My seat is vacant. I'm merely pointing it out to you that it exists. As a matter of fact, I thought you were extremely rude to that wee girl and you owe her an apology. As a matter of fact, I hope when you go home tonight, Snow White kicks your ass.
No way. No way. No. But I feel like a Brit would say something like this. I don't know. I feel like a Brit would not be afraid to take it there. Y'all talk to me. I need to, but that. That's funny.
Snow White kicks your ass.
Oh my God. Oh, that was good stuff. Talk to me in the comment section. I need answers. Please don't forget to subscribe, give the video a thumbs up, check out the next, and I'll see y'all next time. Oh.